Enterprise test data tutorial, we're going to be looking at data masking and how you can remove sensitive data and compliance risks from your environments. Data masking allows you to identify and anonymize sensitive data before it's provisioned to less secure environments. You can eliminate privacy and legislative risks. You can block personal identifiable information from reaching lower environments. And overall, this leaves no excuse for using production data in your lower environments, like your technology, your development, and your test organizations. In this tutorial, we're going to go through a few steps. Firstly, we're going to review an existing data definition. We're then going to create and configure a masking data activity, which is going to be our masking routine. We're then going to create a masking rule set, which is going to define how we replace certain attributes in the data with anonymized and sensitized values. And then finally, we're going to perform masking and we'll review the results. So we are inside the Outer Loop platform and we're looking in enterprise test data capability right now. And we have a registered definition into a Postgres database called Curiosity Bank. And if we look at our entity relationship diagram here, you'll see we've got various tables which are interlinked, like credit cards, accounts, customers, transactions, ATMs. And then we've got a siloed table over here, which is our bank employees. Now we've gone through and we've applied some data discovery into this database. And what you'll see is that we have various columns in here which have been tagged up. Now there are columns in our database which contain PII, like the last name, the email, the phone number, the job title. These are attributes that can be used which could link back to a person or a record which links to a person in our organization. Now, for us with data masking, what we can do is we can take these PII characterized columns and we can come in and we can start to replace these real values with synthetic values or with masked values like hash values or ones looked up from a different database or list, which basically allow us to remove the PII sensitivity and remove our data privacy risks in the organization when it comes to using this database. What we're going to do is head to Activity Explorer and we're going to create a new activity for data masking. See here, mask database, we'll select that. We're going to call this our Curiosity Bank. We'll hit next and we're going to create the activity here. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to attach a definition version. The definition we were just looking at is Curiosity Bank, so we'll add that. We then need to add a default database connection, so we'll add that one in. What we can do is we can come in and we can use that definition to create a rule set. So we'll hit the execute button here. This is going to be our Curiosity Bank mask rule set. Configuration, we can select how we want to order the tables, etc. We're actually going to choose every single table in our database that we want to mask with because we have PII across all of these tables that exist. We'll hit the OK button. That's going to create our rule set. So let's open up the rule set. And what we'll see in here is we've got our tables, our columns, and we've got the tags in here that we gave. Now what we can do is we can come into these particular attributes and we can apply masking rules. We can also enable, disable any we want to. We're only going to apply the masking rules to our PII data. And that literally entails coming in, clicking add. Right now we are going in and selecting the masking rule we want to apply. And then coming through and selecting that rule. Now, what we can also do here is we can apply where clauses and we can also cross-reference data from other databases. We'll talk about that in a further video. But we're basically going to go through now and list out all of our masking rules that we have, and then we'll come back and review. Okay, so we've been through and we have added in our masking rules and we've turned off the columns we don't want to apply a rule to. So you'll see here we've been like the date of birth, the phone numbers, the email addresses, full addresses, everything inside this rule set has been produced to strip out our PII data and replace it with synthetic values. Now, if we look at something like the email, this is actually quite interesting because what you'll see here is we're building up the email by using references for the first and last name. Once we have our rule set defined, we can come back to data activity. And the next step for us is to create a masking submit form. So this form is going to be for masking our bank data. We'll put it inside here. We'll hit execute, and it's going to go away and build. That's complete. Let's come back here. We'll see we have our server process available. And this is basically where we can go off and we can execute our masking routine. So we're going to come in and we're going to create an audit report. We are going to hit the execute button, and it's going to go away and perform our masking operation. See here as all of our tables have been updated. We'll see the number of rows that have been updated as well. Back to the activity now. What we'll see is that we've got some attachments here. What we're going to do is we're going to download our audit results and open that file. See here all of the values in our tables that have been updated with the previous and the new values for every single field that exists. So if we go here, we look at the customers table, you'll see what the value was before and what the new value is after masking. So this is how we can remove PII data from our environment. And if we choose to, we can create an audit report. Now this form, which performs the masking, can be embedded inside its own form in your kernel knowledge bases and intranet. You can also embed this inside CI/CD and your automation processes. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to learn more, visit curiositysoftware.ie.